the south side of the Evergreen House in Gering, the garden has recently been renovated to showcase 3 different garden design styles that focus on water-wise landscape practices. I'm standing next to the first design style that we refer to as chaos, where we have seeded in a variety of different native pollinator-friendly plants, and we intend on not irrigating this area and letting it become a little bit more of a wild garden. As you can see, the garden looks a little weedy and wild, but that's okay. We want to be able to showcase that you don't have to have something that's highly manicured, but something that is actually low maintenance and very beneficial to our pollinators and our birds. The second part of the garden that we have here is what we refer to as the control. We have all of these different raised beds that either have 1 or 2 different species of plants in it, trying to keep it very simple, very manicured, something that's easy for the volunteers to be able to access and take care of the weeds in as far as plant ID goes. As far as water-wise, we are able to turn off valves on each and every bed depending on what the plants in that bed need. And the third part of the garden is what we have as controlled chaos, where we have different groupings of plants. We still have a very English style garden where everything is packed in really tight, which is great for the weed pressure. We have so much of the things that we want that there isn't very much opportunity for all of the things that we don't want to grow. In this space, all of the different plants that we've put in here are in groupings of anywhere from 5 to 9 plants of the same kind in one mass. This is easy for volunteers to be able to identify the different plants from the weeds, and it makes them really pop. If you think of a patch quilt, instead of having a bunch of small little spots of color, we have large patches of color that really stand out. This part of the garden is unique in the way that it collects all of the rainwater coming off of the greenhouse, and it is using the plants. There's a swale in the bottom that can fill up to a foot deep as it filters down into the soil. This project on the south side of the Evergreen House was made possible through a Water-Wise Landscapes program through the Nebraska Statewide Arboretum that was funded by the Nebraska Department of Environment and Energy with funds from the EPA. We're really excited to have a garden that showcases these 3 different garden design styles and how to be water-wise in your landscape.